In this age where information is often weaponized, it's a relief to know godly wisdom uses information to love. Top of the morning to you. When we consider godly wisdom with the eyes of love and a firm determination to get to know God better, we discover godly wisdom is just like God's love. James 3:17, wisdom from heaven is first of all pure, peace-loving, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. John 28 verses 12 through 13 tells us, godly wisdom's value is above rubies, whereas the wisdom of man in the form of man's laws and doctrines, which seem to be wise, are filled with self-imposed religion, false humility, and neglect of the body, but they are of no value because they are an indulgence of the flesh is at the root. Colossians 2:22 through 23. Besides, 1 John 2:15 tells us not to love or value the world and its things. If we do, the love of the Father won't be in us. Verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, don't come from the Father, but are from this world. The reason God gave Solomon wisdom was because the largeness of his heart capacity. 1 Kings 4:29. Because Solomon wasn't selfish in nature, and he asked for wisdom so that he may judge God's people, in other words, settling disputes and deciding controversies according to godly values. To get godly wisdom, Psalm 111:10 tells us first we must hold God in awe and reverence. In other words, fear the Lord. Once we hold God in high esteem and value His word, we can then begin to have His wisdom. Proverbs 2:6 through 7. The Lord gives wisdom to the upright and humble. Proverbs 11:2. Those who hate their neighbors are without wisdom. Proverbs 11:12. In 1 Corinthians 1:24, we learn Christ is the power and wisdom of God. In the same chapter, verse 30 says, Christ became for us the wisdom from God. James 1:5, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, and it will be given. We are not to put any value to the world's wisdom because it's foolishness with God. 1 Corinthians 3:19. Word of encouragement. Godly wisdom seems to be knowledge wrapped in God's love, wherein information is not a weapon to be used against people. Rather, it is information to be used to love God and people more effectively. The only limiting factor is, like Solomon, the capacity of our heart to contain and use this information for good, not evil. Whereas worldly wisdom can cost us our lives, godly wisdom will net us an abundant life in Jesus, the wisdom of God. John 10:10. Have a great day.